We're joined now by Shasta County Sheriff Tom Bosenko. Sheriff, thank you for joining us this morning. Pretty chilling description there from Sherri Papini's husband. Bruises all over her body, broken nose, her hair cut off, branded. Do those details conform with what you know right now?
Yes, I was familiar with those details. We had not released them yet to the public.
And he also says that she was actually thrown from the vehicle. There were some earlier reports that perhaps she had been dropped off. Was she indeed thrown from the vehicle?
The information that we have received so far from our investigators that she was released, dropped off there. We did not have information that she was thrown from the vehicle.
So you didn't know about the chain around her waist, a bag over her head?
We did know about her restraints.
And I know your investigators had the chance to speak with Ms. Papini yesterday. What more have you been able to learn about her ordeal?
Our investigators did an interview yesterday with her, a follow-up interview from Thanksgiving Day. They spoke to her for several hours, and then in the late afternoon, early evening, they were going over her interview and plan to interview her again today.
And her husband's statement also refers to online comments and activity. People questioning this, suggesting it may have been a hoax. You still have no reason at all to doubt her story?
Absolutely none. So far, we are still investigating this as a kidnapping abduction, and everything that she is providing us thus far is indicating that.
And what kind of leads do you have about what the possible motive may have been for this abduction?
We currently don't have a known motive or reason for this abduction. We don't know if it was targeted to her specifically or a random abduction.
And, you know, some have pointed to past online postings that, under the name of Sherri Grafe, which is Sherri Papini's maiden name, postings which included negative comments about Hispanics. Have you been able to run that down and determine whether it had any connection to this at all?
We are familiar with that posting. That is about 13 years old, and our investigators are looking into that as well.
So are you any closer to figuring out what may have happened here? It is such a strange story.
This is definitely a unique occurrence. It is, our investigators are still actively working the case, as they have been since November 2nd. And then, of course, with her release on Thanksgiving Day, they've worked throughout the Thanksgiving holiday and the weekend, and continue on this week to trying to find more answers to the many questions that we have as well.
Based on what she told you, are you searching for two Hispanic women who may have been driving an SUV?
Yes, that description was provided by Ms. Papini of two Hispanic female adults armed with a handgun and driving a dark SUV.
Sheriff, thanks very much for your time.
And that's all that we have at this time regarding the description. We hope to have a little bit more later today.
And we will stay on this. Thank you very much, Sheriff.